There is no deep special meaning behind today's video. I just want to listen to Phil give me his boomer history lesson on growing up with Sonic games. And to ensure that today's reaction is authentic as possible, when I was watching this stream live on the 23rd of June, I made sure to mute it so that I wouldn't know what's coming up. So I'm not sure what kind of commentary I can provide as someone who grew up with the modern games, and I've played several of the classics. It's just I still have some catching up to do. Like, I've played 1, 2, and CD. I've not played 3 and Knuckles for some weird reason. I guess we'll see what happens, right? I don't have anything else to say. Other than, I'm gonna start Phil off at 1.25 so that we can all clock out a bit quicker than my Elden Ring reaction. Maybe. Hopefully. We'll see. Let's go, Phil.
Okay. All right. Now, this next segment, I would like to go through my history with the Sonic the Hedgehog games. Now, before we start this, because I know about 100 more people have joined since earlier on the stream, I made an announcement this morning. On any stream when I'm playing Sonic Origins, if we raise $200 in tips, which I know is above and beyond the stretch goal, I will wear the Sonic hat.
I wanted to make sure to include this part for history, no, for historical reasons, excuse me. The Sonic hat is back. Ah, shit. And my soundboard broke. It's so excited. There it goes. Welcome back, Soundpad. Maybe. Thanks, Windows 11. I don't think I was expecting the hat to come back, to be honest. It was a pleasant surprise that it is the scammiest hat of them all. $200 goal only during this very, in the grand scheme of things, short playthrough of Sonic games only. Like, fantastic, Phil. Like, you couldn't settle on just bringing back the hat. No. You had to go above and beyond for us. And this is why this is the greatest hat scam of them all. I love it.
For the rest of said stream, all right? So I'm going to mention this
excuse me.
a few times during today's streams. We will know how it's working because people demanded this hat. I said, no, I can't wear it all the time. It actually makes me very uncomfortable. It makes me sweat. But I'll make it a stretch goal.
Oh,
okay?
You poor thing.
Hey, trolls. Ha, fuck off. I can do what I want.
No, trolls win, Phil. Like, if you're watching this, Phil, I don't know why you thought this would own us. It really doesn't. It shows that you're expecting $200 per stream now. Yeah, trolls win, buddy. No matter what.
All right. My history with the Sonic the Hedgehog games is a little interesting. It's a little different than a lot of other people's, okay?
Is it?
People's. A lot of other, I guess people's makes sense. A lot of other people's history. Yeah. Okay. So
No.
Well,
No.
when I was growing up, I was actually behind the times when it came to game consoles.
Holy shit. Okay, this might... I don't know. My Sunday brain is thinking this is too fast. Whoa!
I got an Atari 7800 way late in the life cycle of the console. The 7800 was competing with the Nintendo Entertainment System, and they were actually...
Wait.
You know, I got well, when I was growing up, history, yeah. Okay, so why? Well, when I was growing up, I was actually behind the times when it came to game consoles.
Okay, sorry, Okay, come on, Goose, wake up. I was sitting here like, why are we talking about Atari? Hey, man, my history with Sonic was unique because I got an Atari late. I'm sorry, what?
You know, I got an Atari 7800 way late in the life cycle of the console. The 7800 was competing with the Nintendo Entertainment System, and they were actually being sold at exactly the same price point of around $80 at the time. But
how old would Phil have been for the Atari?
I think what happened is he had moved on to, say, like PC gaming and probably the NES, and he didn't care about the 7800 anymore, so he gave it to me. So I had the 7800 for like 2 years during the life cycle of the NES. I ended up getting the NES at the end of its life cycle. So I wasn't playing games like Super Mario and stuff like that until much later on in the NES's life cycle. Okay?
Cool. I didn't get a GameCube the first year it came out.
My NES, the Genesis was already out, or I guess some people call it, is it the Master System? Because there was the Mega Drive and then there was the Master System. So, yeah, the Genesis or Master System was already out and was already 16-bit, and people were already saying, "Wow, look, the Genesis looks so much better than the graphics
Wow.
of the entertainment system."
16-bit
So,
blast processing.
basically,
Also, hang on. I'm already sitting here like, wait a minute. Master System? Give me a sec. Okay, sorry. So, one of the downsides to being a modern Sonic fan is there are gaps in my knowledge of just the history of this stuff. And I was like, wait a minute. Master System was different from Genesis, wasn't it? Yes. This is the stupid little console that performed poorly in America. And really stupid, useless Sonic trivia you can take home with you today. The Master System version of Sonic 1 and 2 are almost the same as the Game Gear versions, except for small changes. So small and insignificant, but they matter to weirdos like me. But finding an English copy of Master System Sonic 1 and 2 is insane. Like, I already paid an arm and a leg for an authentic cart of Knuckles Chaotix. $60, by the way. So yeah, I need to get a European pen pal, and maybe we can exchange a PAL version of it or something. I don't know. Anyways, stupid, useless tangent.
I had an NES.
Good for you.
And I was playing games like Mario 1 and 2. I was playing games like, I'm trying. Oh, Punch Out. I had Paperboy. Oh, I loved Paperboy on the NES.
Bro, we're here about Sonic. I don't give a shit about
Paperboy. I
Paperboy.
ended up mastering it. And I was able to play the game without ever getting hit. It was really cool how good I got at the game because I played it.
I wasn't expecting Paperboy in my Sonic talk.
Okay, I'm being told the Master System was the NES counterpart. The Mega Drive was the Genesis counterpart.
Oh, Mega
Drive is the same as the Genesis. Got it.
There we go. I was like, wait a minute.
So,
Wow, Phil's talking like he's a millennial me, and was fucking there for the consoles when they were in print. This is fucking
quality content.
Playing all these NES games, I'm loving it. I'm having a good time. Then I accidentally buy games like fucking, Bart versus the Space Mutants, and I'm like, fucking shit, this game is a piece of dog shit. That's the thing back then you didn't know. You're buying games.
Isn't that the one Nostalgia Critic made his first and only Let's Play video about? I don't know. I don't know why I'm bringing that up. I feel like, I don't know. Why are we on this tangent, Phil? We're talking about Genesis.
You have no idea if a game is good or not because you didn't get any hands-on experience.
That fell flat,
there was
my
nowhere
bad.
to see a game before you played it. You see. At this time became the dawn of the rental stores, which actually was huge because basically you could rent a game first and not drop money
rentals around when movies
I remember
existed.
buying, like, Mega Man 2 and 3. Absolutely loving the games. I had Mega Man 4 as well, now that I remember. That was the last one I had was Mega Man 4.
Okay, Phil, man, we need to power through this, but it's like, okay, Phil, all you needed for your essay here is saying, hey, I got this console a bit later than usual. All consoles beforehand, NES, Atari, I was having them near the end of their life cycle. Having fun with those consoles. And then we got around to the Genesis. Like, done. I don't need to hear anything about Paperboy or Battletoads or whatever the fuck Nostalgia Critic played. You know, like, come on.
4. And a few other games on NES. I didn't have a giant NES collection, maybe like 20 games, something like that.
I don't even care about the number in your...
I really like my NES collection. Okay? So, while all this is going on, the Sega Genesis comes out. You might call it the Mega Drive. It was the Genesis. I didn't have one, but my cousins did. My cousins had everything. They had the Genesis. They had the fucking Super Nintendo. They had every console before I did.
They had everything, and I didn't have my Wolverine toy.
During like a holiday, like a birthday party or Christmas, and I would see them playing the hottest new game console, and I'd be incredibly jealous.
Okay.
I wanted it.
I mean, I was jealous my friends had a GameCube before me.
James Pond Olympics or something like that. Like it was an Olympics game starring a guy who was like a frog or a tadpole or something like that.
What does this have to do with Sonic, Phil? Let's go.
I remember them playing that on their own Genesis. And I was jealous of them because they had it and I didn't. Okay? Yes, that's right. My cousins who had a lot of money, they lived in a big house.
This guy wants to give you as many details as ever, like it's a grandpa telling you about his war stories.
And, engineers make a shitload of money. So, I wanted a Genesis, but I never got one. I remember going to my dentist when I was a kid. And the dentist had a stand-up Genesis demo station. Okay, I don't know if he had to buy it or maybe at that
Demo
point, Sega was,
dentist
like,
has entered
doing
the chat.
promotional placement of these things in certain places, so you'd be waiting
No, it's
in
just
the
there for the
dentist's
waiting room, dude.
office to get your teeth done.
I had a fish
And the
tank to
kids would
stare
play
at when I was a
Genesis, and I
kid.
remember Echo the Dolphin, although for the longest time I thought it was Eco the Dolphin.
Okay.
Why? 'Cause I thought-
I'm sorry, that can't be an authentic laugh. So throughout I guess I semi-lied to you guys. Throughout this segment, I did occasionally unmute to check, like, okay, has he stopped yet? Is he still going? So yeah, it's just like, I'm sitting here listening to my tunes. I unmute Eco the Dolphin. I'm like, okay.
thought it was like eco-friendly. I thought it was supposed to be a game about like
Oh my god, I don't care. We're at least in the right ballpark. We're at Sega, but we're at Echo.
I thought that's what it was. I think it was Eco the Dolphin, the eco-friendly dolphin. No, it was Echo the whole time. Duh, uses Echo communication. I mean, I'm an idiot.
Echolocation,
So
moron.
I saw those two games. I saw Eco the Dolphin. Of course, it's Echo. And I saw Sonic the Hedgehog 1
Wow.
on this arcade stand-up thing at the dentist. And at the time, of course, I said to my parents, I want this. And they're like, you got an NES, you're good, right?
Right.
So basically, I never got a Genesis. And then I remember the era when the Super Nintendo was coming out.
Oh, wow.
It was heavily advertised everywhere. Now, I was a subscriber to Nintendo Power. So I saw a million ads that the Super NES was coming out. You got to get it because you're going to get Super Mario World.
Fuck Sonic. I need my
still remember
SNES.
the Nintendo Power cover for Link to the Past.
Nintendo told me I
Oil
need
on
it.
the cover. I was like, oh my god, I gotta get a Super Nintendo. This thing's gonna be absolutely fucking amazing. So I did. I ended up that year that it came out, I got it for Christmas. I've told you guys the story. That was like the best Christmas ever. I was sitting there all day.
I guess because he
playing
wouldn't
Super
shut up
World.
about
And
Mario.
I had great
So his
food
parents
that
were
day.
like,
And
well,
it
get
was
him the
one of best
Mario
days of
machine.
my childhood life, right?
Wow. You should talk with
The
Movie
whole
Bob
time that I
about your
had
Mario days.
Super Nintendo, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. I owned a bunch of games for it and everything. I always hear my friends from school talking about the Genesis. Oh man,
Okay.
Sonic the Hedgehog is so good, and I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And I remember one of my friends talking about playing Street Fighter on the Genesis. I was like, Street Fighter is on the Genesis? Because I have it for Super
That's
Nintendo.
cool, bro.
Yeah, it's on the Genesis. It's really, really good. And I was like, well, how do you play it? He's like, well, you have to press start to switch between the buttons. I was like,
We're gonna get a fucking... Sorry for the random F-bombs. We're gonna have a Street Fighter segment in my Sonic history.
Quality.
what? It's like, yeah, it's punches, but if you press start, now it's kicks. I was like, that sounds really weird. It's only a 3-button controller for a 6-button game. I was like, how do you pause the game? Oh, you don't. Oh, you don't. So what if the doorbell rings? What
I
if,
don't care.
The bathroom. Keep playing.
Always
Oh,
gotta make toilet
okay,
jokes.
I see. So anyway, much like how I had gotten the NES near the very end of its life cycle,
Okay, that's cool,
I
man.
ended up getting a Sega Genesis very near to the end of its life cycle.
Okay, probably
Okay,
because it was
when I
on
got
sale
Genesis,
at that point.
It was just at the tail end of
You
when the
just told us that!
Genesis was tied in with Sonic the Hedgehog 2. In fact, if I remember correctly, just like a month or so after I got my Genesis, they started doing the tie-in of the console with Sonic 3. So that
Tie-in
it was like a
of the
bundle.
console with Sonic. That is some weird word choice. You mean it was close to when they would release the game?
game. So I remember that.
That is some weird
my
flowery
bundle game was
language.
Sonic 2, but that just changed right away and it ended up being like Sonic 3. So the one that I got ended up coming with both Sonic 1 and 2.
Wow,
It was like the
how
ultimate
exciting.
Sonic console. You get the Genesis.
It was
plus
the Sonic console. Bro, see me after class. This essay sucks.
1 and 2 with it. What a deal, right?
Yeah.
And I remember when I got it, I loved it because having those two games, being able to play them and seeing the advancement of the series between the two games.
Wow, man, Phil. Did you know I own a copy of a not for resale copy of Sonic 2? It's so cool, man. I'm gonna get all the ladies coming to my house. Hell yeah.
I mean, Sonic 2, in my opinion, is far superior to Sonic 1. Sonic 1's a good start. But
no.
Sonic 2 is when the series, you start to feel really fast.
Really fast. God, I'm interrupting him too much. I'm sorry. But I have to explain myself. I said I disagree. I am definitely in the camp that the spin dash was a bad idea for classic Sonic. If not modern. Like, modern Sonic has its own issues. We're focusing on classic right now. And what I found when playing 2 is that it feels like the spin dash is to compensate for either mediocre parts of the level design or all of the random pits that don't instantly kill you. You just spin dash out of them, which, in my opinion, makes it dead content. Like, why is it even in here? So, without it, in the first game, the level design had to build around these limitations. So, yeah, it's frustrating to get out of a pit, but, like, it's way more engaging than just spin dashing out of it.
You charge up on the spot, just take off like a bullet, and it has really cool stage design and everything. I think Sonic 1 is just
fine.
okay, but Sonic 2 is just outstanding, right? Okay. Oh, by the way, Matt on Wheel says, yes, they absolutely were doing those kind of promotions in, like, The Dentist. Sega of America went hard into their former head, Tom Kalinske. He talked about sending reps to college campuses to put the Genesis. So there you go. I would guarantee you that stand-up that was at The Dentist was probably placed there by Sega as a free
The Sonic
advertisement
Dentist
for their
conspiracy.
Makes sense.
I don't care.
So I got my Genesis late, and I remember playing Sonic 1 and 2 and loving it.
Did you know he got it late, guys?
Games like X-Men. There were 2 different
We're
X-Men
talking
games
about Sonic,
on
Phil.
Genesis. There was X-Men 1, and then there was X-Men 2, and they were completely different games. They're both good. I like both of them. But they were.
Can I have my
completely
money
different games.
back?
I liked X-Men a lot at the time, and it was cool to have those X-Men games because there weren't actually many or any X-Men games on the Super Nintendo. I think eventually they released one, but I think the Genesis games were much better than the Super Nintendo version. And let's see what else. So, well, some of the things that were very interesting at the time was that fighting games would come out.
And more fighting games.
And man, would they be dramatically different. Mortal Kombat would come out on both, but it would have blood right away on the Genesis as long as you knew the blood code. While on the SNES, there's no blood, it's sweat.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, censorship laws.
Full fatalities. You could rip someone's spine out of their body. You could rip their heart out.
Are we gonna go on an
ESRB
ESRB rant?
And piss on their face. Okay, that's not a real fatality, but you get what I'm saying.
Babalities are real.
It's like you kick them in the stomach. Fatality. So at this time, what ended up happening was the Genesis became more of the like serious console for teens, while the Super Nintendo was more kind of an all ages console in a lot.
No, what? If you're talking about Sonic for edgy teens, that was Shadow, because the audience was actually teenagers at that point. But they had Mortal Kombat on both. It's just called censorship laws at the time. Were being weird.
A lot of ways the games were a little bit censored for kids, you see? But I agree with you there, Inara.
Nintendo's image made the censorship of Mortal Kombat important. But it doesn't mean they were literally only for kids. Specific, you know.
Always had better sound than the Genesis. I agree. Whatever the sound chip or the sound technology, the music always sounded much better on the Super Nintendo, in my opinion. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, let's get back to the subject at hand: Sonic the Hedgehog.
Thank you. Please.
So I bought my Genesis. Well, I didn't buy it. My parents got it. I got my Genesis late. It came with Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2. Okay.
How many times has he said he got it
Sonic
late?
1 I thought was okay. Sonic 2.
We just went over this.
God. One of my favorite games of all time, by far.
Really?
Great
How come you never
soundtrack,
talk about it?
Really cool stages with hidden stuff. Boss fights are epic.
I
Everything
legit didn't know that he loved 2 so much until right this minute. Like, I don't know, man. This sounds sus to me.
about the game I love. Sonic 2, outstanding game. So good. Plus, you could play as Tails if you want.
Wow.
So I really liked it.
Uh-huh.
When Sonic 3 came out...
What's your favorite boss?
I hate to say it, but like already kind of the Genesis was kind of played out. Like it had been out for a while.
Dude, you wonder why your parents bought you consoles late? I don't really want another Genesis game, Mom. The latest console is just around the corner. I think Genesis has been played out.
Super Nintendo was getting better versions of the games that were cross-platform.
Why would
I
you
was playing a hell of a
care
lot more on the Super
at
Nintendo
that
than I
age?
was on the Genesis at that
Were
point.
you even 10
So
at this
Sonic 3
point?
came out, I rented it. I actually never bought it. And I ended up renting it a couple times. I thought it was a pretty good game.
Also, your parents rented it, but okay.
I think that it was a little bit more colorful and vibrant. I like that it had the powered barriers that you could have on Sonic, like the electric barrier to gather rings and double jump, and the shield that gives you extra hits. But of course, that was in the previous games, but then there was the fire barrier.
Oh, okay. Wow. They added these things
So I
that
don't really like
existed
those
in the
new
previous
items that they
game the
added.
whole time.
But I wasn't a giant fan. Like, I always liked Sonic 2 better. And then when Sonic and Knuckles came out, all right.
Dude, he became a Gen
I
1er
played it.
for
And that was
Sonic
cool,
2.
But the thing was, you needed Sonic and Knuckles and Sonic 3 to play Sonic 3 and Knuckles. But I didn't own either.
Yeah,
So the only way that
life's
I
a
could play
bitch.
Sonic 3 and Knuckles was to rent both games at once, which my parents, they're like, no, you rent one game at a time.
Yeah,
So I
understandable. They
remember
didn't
once
get it.
I particularly had an allowance, and I saved up money. And my
Wow.
parents rented me like one, and I paid for the other, so I could have Sonic 3 and Knuckles at the same time to put them together to see what they.
That
were
is kind of scummy. You had to
I
rent
remember
both of them
liking
separate.
that. I was
That's
like, that's
funny.
kind of neat. It was the first time I ever saw something like that.
Best
happen.
Buy knew what they were
Yeah.
doing, man.
Two games combined to become like a super game with extra
Wow.
features and things.
More like an
admittedly,
expansion,
I was a
but
little
okay.
disappointed, and here's why.
Oh, boy.
I didn't know it was just Sonic 3 with new things. I thought it was a whole new game.
Well, yeah, you learned. You know? That's one of those learning experiences when you're a kid.
I was like, oh, if you get Sonic and Knuckles and Sonic 3, it's all like Sonic 5. No, it's Sonic 3 with a few extra
Sonic
features.
3 and
I didn't know that.
5?
So
What?
I still thought it was neat, but I was disappointed.
I'm not going to take that from him. I've had disappointing blockbuster
So,
rentals in the
anyway,
past. 'Cause, you know,
I
you
played
just
those
don't know
games.
this
I
as a
liked
kid.
them, but I didn't go crazy for them, and I never purchased them. Okay? So I'm sure I beat them.
okay.
But I never purchased them.
Oh, you sure you beat them? Okay.
The next Sonic game that I played
Oh, boy.
was a bunch of spin-offs. Like, I played Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. I probably rented once.
Dude.
Puzzle game. And I played Sonic
I'm gonna-
Spinball. Now, Sonic Spinball.
I'm going to do a light X on Mean Bean with the bizarre head movements he just did. Hang on, that's worth a slowdown, man.
I probably was a bunch of spin-offs. Like, I played Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. I probably rented once. The puzzle game. And I played Sonic.
That's great. Yeah, Spinball. I mean, he did a full playthrough on the Genesis Mini for that one. I kind of believe him about
Spinball. Now, Sonic
Spinball.
Spinball. I don't know why I liked it so much, but I liked
pinball
it. A lot of
game.
people hated it. I
Okay.
liked Sonic Spinball. I owned it, and I mastered it, and I beat it a million times. I just always liked the game. I
That
played
Windows
Sonic
XP
on
pinball
the Genesis
game,
Mini. I actually
is
didn't
OP.
like it that much. I was like, wow, maybe
Better than anything.
rose-colored glasses. Remembering the past fondly.
well, yeah.
But I don't really like it today, but I remember loving it back in the day. I thought it was a really good game.
Okay.
And I also played Sonic 3D Blast, which is the game, their effort.
Oh, 3D Blast I have to
pseudo
play.
3D in a 2D environment. It didn't work.
I feel compelled to share my opinion with Sonic CD, and it's that I didn't actually really like it at all. And I don't feel that the time travel aspect added anything to the experience based on how it was implemented. So, hey, can I please reopen the tab? Yeah. So I realized, like, for a long time, I was like, why is that my opinion? Why am I so, like, the time travel adds nothing? And that's because I played an Ed McMillan game called Time Fuck on Newgrounds. And you are doing platforming and solving puzzles by toggling layers. So, like, in my opinion, when you time travel in Sonic CD, it's like you're just toggling Photoshop layers on and off, which does allow you to tackle each level a bit differently. Being that the joke about Sonic games is that you hold right to win, toggling Photoshop layers and just moving right to win isn't really that engaging. Whereas Time Fuck, like, you have to engage. And, like, so if there was a way Sonic CD could have let you toggle between past, present, and future seamlessly, I think that would have made for a better experience. I also really, really hate the level. I really hate the level where you have to avoid electrocution every, like, 5 seconds, but the floor is bouncy. I hate that level. pure salt came out with that one, man. Okay, so I know for certain I am in fact recording right now. So now we can just continue instead of crying because I'm gonna have to edit this video.
Why is it so easy?
And there you go,
Anyway,
yeah.
I loved it.
I know Sonic games are about replayability, but it's just like, yeah, it's unsatisfyingly easy if you're not trying to get the good ending.
Here's with Sonic franchise was way
In my
later.
opinion.
I didn't play any, like I said, I didn't play Sega CD 32X, so I didn't play Knuckles Chaotix. I don't even know if there was a Sonic game on the Saturn. I owned a Saturn. Sonic
I
game.
think there was.
The next Sonic game I played was Sonic Adventure on the Dreamcast, but not the way you're thinking. I played Japanese Sonic Adventure on the Dreamcast.
Dude. So this actually is really exciting for me to hear. I'm not sounding excited because I'm having to edit this video because I'm being a klutz today. But it was either a Tevin restream or some other restreamer, but chat brought up that Phil used to talk about his Dreamcast like breaking all the time and that he had to keep buying replacements or whatever. And a telltale sign of that is if you're playing pirated games, because it causes the disc reader or the entire apparatus to like go into overdrive. I'm not really sure why. It's just like the laser has to work extra hard to read the disc, so it's prone to burning out and just breaking way faster. So it is adorable that Phil right now is admitting that he was such a stingy ass and he just pirated his games.
Well, how did I pull that off? Because I owned a Japanese Dreamcast. Back in the day, I used to go to Chinatown in New York City. And in Chinatown in New York City,
I have a feeling you were just pirating it.
they would have all kinds of imported stuff from China, but also from Japan. And they sold Japanese game consoles, including Neo Geo, and yes...
Wouldn't you have held on to it even if it was broken?
A ridiculous amount of money. I want to say it was like, probably like $400 or more for a Japanese Dreamcast.
Pressing the X button.
Why did I get it? Because I wanted to play Marvel vs. Capcom 2 before anyone else could. In America, it wasn't coming out for many, many more months, if not a year later. But because I bought the Japanese Dreamcast and the Japanese version of the game, I was able to play this game way early.
Would they have imported it that soon? Import costs are really expensive, dude.
Everyone else has to go to arcades to play this game. So
I have a feeling you just pirated it, dude.
I bought Japanese Sonic Adventure. And thankfully, unlike Sonic 2006, Sonic Adventure is not an RPG, it's an action-based game. So,
I'm sorry, what?
unlike Sonic 2000, Japanese Sonic Adventure. And thankfully, unlike Sonic 2006, Sonic Adventure is not an RPG, it's an action-based game.
What world are we in? I know for a fact Phil didn't play Sonic Chronicles, even though BioWare was attached to it. In what world does 06 in what world is 06 an RPG at all? What, the fact that you can buy extra shoes for Sonic? What? My brain hurts.
So you can pretty much figure out what you need to do in it to beat it.
Yeah, the goal
having
ring.
to read the text.
Wow.
Man, I had no idea what anything said in the game at all. Okay, but I loved it. It was 3D Sonic, even though the game has faults and glitches and bugs. It blew me away at the time. I thought the graphics of the Dreamcast were like revolutionary.
Well,
and
this explains why he held it close to his heart when he was playing Adventure 2. When I did that one long 8-hour stream. Spoiler alerts, his Adventure 2 playthrough was filler tier. As was a lot of his playthroughs, I guess, but yeah, it's not even this is how you don't play material, it's just filler.
I really enjoyed Sonic Adventure on the Dreamcast. For the longest time, I held in my head is like, wow, great game.
Okay,
high regard.
what's your favorite level?
Okay.
What was your favorite level?
After that,
oh, okay, never mind.
Heavily into
You
competitive
got
Street Fighter.
Street Fighter again.
I basically stopped playing console games entirely. It was just competitive Street Fighter all the time on console or arcades. And I rarely played anything else. So I didn't actually play another Sonic the Hedgehog game From Sonic Adventure all the way
Swing.
into the future, the next Sonic game I played was Sonic Generations.
Cool
That's
story,
right,
bro.
The next Sonic game that I played was like a decade later for YouTube when I was a YouTuber. So imagine me playing that game, and it was so. Actually, I take that back. Was Sonic Colors or Sonic Generation first? Whichever one was first, I played that.
Did
one.
you have an
And
Nintendo
then,
Wii that you
those
played?
are the two that got me like caught up on Sonic. Okay.
I'm gonna say Generations because this guy hates
I like
Nintendo
both
so
games.
much.
I think that both games are innovative and fun. Colors because it has these unique power-ups with the aliens, and it has this colorful mechanic.
Wow.
The soundtrack I really like in that game.
The most useless.
Both games. I think that both games are innovative and fun. Colors because it has these unique power-ups with the aliens, and it has this colorful mechanic.
Oh shit.
Quality content.
Oh, that's amazing.
Right? And also the soundtrack I really like in that game. Sonic Generations, tossing in gameplay elements.
As someone in chat plays Sonic Heroes. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. He could be playing all these modern games and he'd have extremely easy clown mode content. It'd get those butts and seats, dude.
From Sonic Generations, tossing in gameplay elements from all these different Sonic franchises, right, into one game. It really feels like
It was okay.
a total amalgamation of all the Sonic games from over the years. It was like such a nostalgia trip for me.
But you skipped most of that. What are you talking
I
about?
missed out. I know there was tons of Sonic games that had been released, like Sonic R,
Sonic R was not in Generations, my dude.
Sonic Heroes, right? Sonic racing games, Sonic and the Secret Rings, Sonic Unleashed, Sonic,
Did you actually do your homework for once? Uh-huh.
Sonic becomes president. Sonic sells chili dogs. You know, there's like 100 games that came out during that time period that everyone talks about. I never played a single one of them. I skipped them all.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So then I played Sonic Colors, I played Sonic Generations, and then basically I played whatever game you guys
So
want.
he did
right?
play
If
Colors?
you take a look at my history with
Okay.
Sonic. Some people wanted me to play Sonic Racers, so I think I did. It's just terrible. Or I think I played the demo and I never bought the final game because the demo.
Okay, so it was Sonic Riders. I remember on Twitter people were saying, okay, Sonic Racers isn't real, so is he talking about R or Riders? And based on where his mind is at the moment, I'm gonna say Riders because of a demo. I think.
It was bad. It's just terrible. Or I think I played the demo and I never bought the final game because the demo was bad.
Yeah, that game is very heavy on drifting, and even I really have a hard time with it because it's got some very precise, tight controls, dude, and yet ironically can feel floaty if you don't know what you're doing. So yeah, I'm not surprised Phil skipped it. It can be
Obviously, I
mean
played
at
other
times.
games like Sonic Mania, Sonic Boom, and then Sonic Forces.
Did you play Sonic?
Sonic
Boom?
Mania was great. I love Sonic Mania.
Of course you did.
Well, that was such another throwback, right?
Wow.
So anyway, that's basically my history with Sonic. Okay.
Is that it?
So, that being said, my friend,
My friends.
I do have a pretty extensive history with Sonic, but it's
No, you
mostly
don't.
the earlier games or
Wow, so it's
a
not
lot of the more
extensive.
modern ones. That whole middle generation of Sonic, I missed out on.
Okay, you could fix that so you don't sound
And
like an
unlike
idiot.
many of you, I probably don't know as much about the classics past Sonic 2. I remember Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic CD.
So wait, you even have a giant gap in the so okay. Absolutely useless.
I don't remember 3 and Knuckles that much, only because I only rented.
I'm such a
I
fan,
only
but
played it maybe a few times.
I only remember the
cousins
first
playing
2
Sonic 3.
games,
That
and
was the
then
first time I ever saw Sonic with the-
allegedly I bought a Japanese Dreamcast, and I did not pirate the Japanese copy of Adventure.
electric shield on his body, and I was like, "Oh, that looks cool." And I like that the rings come towards you a few times each. I remember and Knuckles that much, only because I only rented them. And I only played
Yeah.
it maybe a few times each. I remember my cousins owned Sonic 3. That was the first time I ever saw Sonic with these electric shield on his body. And I was like, oh, that looks cool. I like that the rings come towards you. That's a
Dude, he is trying so hard to compensate for how little he has to talk about. That's what I get at this at the end of the day. He desperately wants to do an Elden Week realist mofo fan around. And he's got nothing to talk about. You should have just told us your schedule for the 5th time.
really neat game mechanic. And I rented it myself, but I never bought it. So anyway, I like Sonic a lot. I'm sad that Sonic really has not had a modern game that's been successful. Let's be honest, right?
Uh-huh.
Sonic Colors was good. Sonic Generations was good. Sonic Mania was good. But then there's like another 3-4 games that have come out recently that are
Try way more than that.
terrible. And I wish that you could just have a good one. Now you hear about Sonic Frontiers. Some people are saying it looks good, and others are like, wow, this game is unfinished. It's a mess.
Yeah,
it's a mess.
it
like
looks
shit. The
it looks
graphics are
messy.
bad.
Yeah, amazing. What an amazing original take, Phil. Sonic has been around for 30 years, and it is a fundamentally flawed franchise. Alliteration, hell yeah. And like that's just how it is. It's really not that special to bring it up. That, oh my god, it looks so bad.
Bad. The world is empty. It's going to be boring as hell. It's like,
Yeah, it's gonna be generic.
I hope not. I actually
It
hope
is. I rewind my video when I talked about he's been around for 30 years.
that that Sonic Frontiers ends up being good. I
No,
want to play it.
it
I'm
won't.
going to play.
It's going to have a few really good ideas, and the execution around it will be mediocre at best. I have played a lot of the modern era Sonic games. I assure you to not get your hopes up at all for Frontiers.
Play it. I just hope that it's not another massive disappointment, man. You know what I mean?
You haven't been paying attention, Phil.
That's my history.
Wow.
The Hedgehog, my friends. All right.
So fucking
as
nothing.
Of now, people have voted in droves. And
Oh, this sucked. I guess I'll do some quick editing, and I guess I'll throw this up on my channel, but goddamn, this is not my strongest content. Thanks, Phil. It's all Phil's fault, obviously. I guess next time I restream, y'all are free to ask me about my weird, jumbled mess of opinions on Sonic games. Thanks for sitting through whatever the hell this segment was. This was nothing. I am a little surprised to have learned that Phil is pretty much like is half-assing being a fan. He's played 1 and 2, vaguely remembers playing 3, kinda remembers playing CD, but listened to the music more. Allegedly did not pirate a Japanese copy of Adventure 1, and he really loves it, but he can't tell us literally anything about it that he liked. And, everything else of being a fan of this franchise is thanks to you guys, the audience. So, thanks for that insight, Phil. And, I'll be back eventually. See you guys later.